Technique 28, Entry Routine. This one is an instant classic. There's a new store called Moderation. They have everything there. The first routine that affects classroom culture is the one for how students enter. Like all others, this is a routine whether you realize it or not. Entry routine is about making a habit out of what's efficient, productive, and scholarly. After the greeting, and as students take their seats and class begins. This technique does not address issues that happen before students enter your classroom. We'll deal with that at a later video. Of course, an entry routine seems simple. Students come in and sit down. But it's easier said than done. This technique gets students from the door to their chairs in the most efficient way possible. A typical entry routine begins with students entering the room and picking up a packet of materials, whatever they'll need for that period or for that day, from a small table just inside the door. Now, in some cases, especially at the lower elementary grades, packets might already be at students' desks. Okay, so how do we make this work? My first tip is to remember, it's far more efficient to have students pick up their packets from a table than it is for you to try to hand the packets to them at the door. That only slows you down and forces you to multitask, when your mind should be on setting behavioral expectations and building relationships. It's also far more efficient to have students pick up their packets from a table than it is for you to try to hand them out later on while they're sitting down and waiting for them. I live in South Korea, and one of the coolest things about their movie culture is that they have assigned seating. It's not first come, first serve, there's no holding seats, there's no waiting for your friends. You order a ticket online or through the cashier, and you pick your seats immediately. The same goes for students. Think about how much more efficient it would be if you didn't have students worrying about where to sit. Students should know where to sit as soon as they walk into the classroom. Milling around, looking for a seat, or deciding where to sit, or talking about deciding where to sit, are all examples of wasted time and energy. Assign seats, or allow students to sign up for regular seats. Whatever students need to do with their homework should be easily understood and minimally invasive. You might have them put it in a basket. You might have them place it on the front left corner of their desk. You might have them pass it to a proctor. Whatever you want to do, they should do the same thing. They should do it the same way, every day, without prompting. Tip number 4, have a do now ready and waiting for your students, so that as soon as they walk into the classroom, they're ready to work. They're engaged. They're doing cognitive work. This should be in the same place every day, either on the board or in a worksheet or a packet. The objectives for the lesson, the agenda, and the homework for the coming evening should be on the board already. Also, in the same predictable place every day. The skills necessary to become a good student are like any other skills that we learn. They need to be taught, rehearsed, and then reinforced. We have to do this over and over and over again until the procedures become routines. These procedures should be automatic because when everyone knows what to do, you can get on with learning.